So welcome to Greece. This is our first sharing cafe of the year. It's an event, a 90-minute event hosted by our partners at Eduact, a wonderful NGO from Greece. And they are going to introduce us together with their speakers. They are going to introduce us in the context and best practices of Greece. So, and we get to network and ask them and share with them all the wonderful things that we do here in Romania, in Moldova, in Ukraine, and also they can tell us about Greece and how things work there. And the context of this project is, of course, related to Occupy Library Innovators Hub, which is not a long project, but a very ambitious one. We really believe in working together, and we think that there's a huge benefit in creating a regional network among professionals that are interested in community development, that work in this direction, whether they are in the public sector, which means libraries, or they are in the civil society sector, which means NGOs and of different sizes. Especially this area, this geographical area that has particular challenges, that has particular historical, let's say, particularities. I think that it's so much useful, and we saw this during our series, so much useful to talk to people that you can really relate to, that confront the same type of problems, that found solutions that you can apply easily in your context. It's sometimes so much more useful to have advice and best practices coming from organizations that are similar to you in size, in resources, in background, than comparing to yourself to what happens in let's say Western Europe and things like that, where not all solutions that they come with can apply to you if you don't do tricks and you know, twist them. So I would say that this is more or less covered. So we believe in building this regional community. We started with a huge international conference that we are very proud of, and we always mention it, Occupy Library event. This is also the moment where we started our Facebook community, which we invite you to be part of. It's Occupy Library Facebook page is waiting for you and for your content and for your ideas. And in this series of events that we organized as part of Occupy Library Innovators Hub, I'm sorry, my voice is a bit wrong today. We are organizing, as I told you, different types of events to learn, to share, and to match our you know, resources so that we can move our communities further and develop our communities and their societies. All the resources, all the content that we produced is available on Occupy Library website. I take the opportunity to thank people that were very serious in joining us and that attended all the events that we organized so far. For those that are new, I invite them to check the content on the website, because all the things that we produced are available there for you to see and to learn from, and we can share ideas afterwards. So this is more or less my part, and I hope that you have your coffee with you, and that we can start, you know, the day in a positive way. I give the floor to Kyriakos from Eduact and ask him to do the magic of bringing people together for this Occupy Library Innovators Hub. And Let's share, people.
Good morning from me as well. Hi, I'm Kyriakos. I'm a project manager and educational robotics trainer at Eduact in Greece. And today we're gonna have some guests from Greece that will share their experience working at an organization or a library. And specifically, the topic that they're trying to share today is focused on technology and how libraries and NGOs or CSOs have used it to make an impact in their community. Every panelist will have about 10 to 15 minutes to share their experience. So more specifically, the panelist we have today is Chryssia Georvasiliou. She is representing the Department of Eduact in Thessaloniki in Greece. The second one is Dimitris Giannakoudis. He is representing Xanthi Tech Lab that is located in Xanthi in Greece and is operating in collaboration with the municipality and the public library of the city as a point of promoting technology and innovation for the young people and the students in the region. Also, there is Christian. Christian is representing USB, United Societies of Balkans. It's an organization that is trying to create a better social environment in the Balkan and Eastern European region. So after all speakers have talked, there will be some time for some questions, for some Q&A, and after that Q&A, we will separate in breakout rooms, so we can do some networking and discussions in small groups, so that all can be heard in this time we have now in this sharing cafe. So I think we can start. Chryssia can be the first one to speak about her experience. So Chryssia, the mic to you.
Thank you. Good morning and a happy new year to all of you. I know that we have some exchange some wishes, but I think are more than welcome every day time. My name is Chryssia Georvasiliou. I'm 26 years old and I'm here about representing Eduact, as Kyriakos said. I'll say that I'm the voice of Eduact, but I'm not the singer of Eduact, not a voice. So I've been working in Eduact for the last 5 years, and I'm here for the communication department and present our actions. I'll try to share a video showing our facilities of our organization, and I will talk to you about our actions and our goal. So here I'll try. It's a video on YouTube. I'll do full screen and I'll start from here. So the Eduact is a non-profit educational association in Greece that has as a main goal to eliminate the limits of the formal education of today, and in order to introduce more educational programs to our public, children, teens, and adults. With a 7 year of mandate in the field of non-formal educations, our initiative is the modern education and intimate practices to our kids in order about educational robotics, coding, and online webinars, educational and robotics competitions, and training for our teenagers in order to start and practice their skills in our philosophy. I'll stop talking in order to see the video, and then I'll continue later. We also see our the tables of our competition and the tables for our workshops, because every day in our association there are lots of kids. Not now during quarantine. I'll stop it and I'll be back. I'll try to go back in our meeting. Yes, okay. I'm here. Then okay, great. You'll also see that our organization is the center of Thessaloniki. There are multifunctional plays that can host teenagers, adults, in order to do in either workshops or online webinars and discussions. Every day we host a lot of kids. I said before, but I show you now. Not now during quarantine. It's not safe. For our educational programs, and also we can host an event in order to talk and discuss and exchange ideas, like libraries do. So during first season of quarantine, we host a lot of online webinars in order to keep our public engaged with our actions. Some of them are not only technologies and robotics related, but also are about problems that we have in our society, like gender-based discrimination, like disability awareness. The kind of this event was like this. We hosted with a topic, and most of our participants were there in order to discuss and talk about their experiences. We also saw and discussed about in some topics like TEDx events. It was the source of our discussions, or some other movies that we saw in, and then we exchanged the ideas in certain problems. Some of the times we also start and present some solutions, and other webinars has the view of a workshops in order to learn our kids some of our coding stuff. I'll show you also a timeline about these online webinars during first quarantine. I'll also share my screen again. I think this is the right one. Yes. There are several topics in each month, and we hosted for the first months as visitors. There are schools and teenagers that came in our hub, in our facilities, and we discuss about these topics. You see, it's not only science, it's also about innovation solutions, it's about volunteerism. It's a big part of our organization, the volunteerism, because most of our events are hosting most of 100 of volunteers during, for example, robotics competition and FLL. And then we start here the activities online. It's about, as I told you, coding for teenagers, some activities about main projects, first Lego League competition. It's about communication and healthy outcomes, and healthy issues, as I find it here, discuss about COVID-19. We also learn to our kids to save lives. We we talked about another organization, and they present us some of their ideas and their actions in order to engage with our kids and learn about more things about their health. We talk about science, like Arduino, and also we saw the importance of robotics in education. This is some of our actions, and this is the engagement with our public. I'm sorry. And this season of quarantine, season 2, I'll name it, we also continue this action. I'll stop the presentation. I'll send you also the presentation if you need to, if you want to show it and keep some stuff and keep the topics, or you need something about our main facilities in our video and our topics in order to implement in your stuff. I don't know if you see me or you hear me. Yes, I think I'm fine. Here, if you have any questions in order to discuss, in order to have another presentation.
I think I'm gonna keep the questions for later.
Okay.
So when every panelist has spoken. So thank you very much, Chrisa, for your presentation. It was really nice. Good energy for the morning, I would say. And let's move on to Dimitris Giannakoudis from the Xanthi Tech Lab.
Thank you, Kyriakos. Good morning, everyone. Dimitris Giannakoudis, coordinator and specialist at Xanthi Tech Lab, which is a partnership between Cultural Center of Xanthi and the Athens US Embassy. I will share my screen in order to show you a short presentation. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, Xanthi Tech Lab is a partnership between Xanthi Cultural Center, based on Xanthi Municipal Library and US Embassy in Greece. Used to be an American corner established in 2004, and the space fully renovated in 2017, designed by Smithsonian Institute in USA. We are equipped with 3D printers, computers, robotic kits, cameras, Arduino and software. Sorry, I have to, okay, now it's better, I think. And just a few programs we did before COVID-19 pandemic. So, a very successful project we started with Eduact was Steam Yourself and consequently the first Lego League tournament. To be honest, it was a very successful, let's say, experiment, because we matched university students and school students, and we had a final event in Xanthi, a regional tournament, which was very successful. So we keep doing that program, and first Lego League, which is successful, and I would like to know that it's one of our major programs. We have 3D printing workshops, soft skills workshop like leadership, negotiations, conflict management, entrepreneurship, open innovation program and acceleration in partnership with Democritus University of Thrace, Arduino, game development, cybersecurity, English language workshops for primary and secondary education teachers. I would like to mention here that Xanthi is a multicultural society. We have a lot of villages in mountainous Xanthi with a Muslim community. So we tried to approach them and provide them with innovative programs. For example, English language and IT skills workshops. Business Ideas Accelerator with a local careers office with Democritus University. We run also an American film festival with local cultural associations like FEX, social entrepreneurship workshop with FEAST, our partners in Thessaloniki. And we had, of course, to change our philosophy and provide programs like webinars from the course. So a very useful skill that we developed was networking. So we have partnership with American College of Thessaloniki, providing soft skills webinars with other American corners in Macedonia and Cyprus, and of course, our network in Greece. We have Veria, Corfu, Sparti, and Athens. A very successful project was 3D printed medical face shields. We did it with the other American corners in Greece. and voluntarily provided in the medical staff on Mars, I think. A few images from our webinars with other American spaces, with Eduact, Train Your Brain. Also, unfortunately, we haven't the chance to conclude last year's first LEGO League, so we did it virtually for first time. We are in the middle of this program now, Swell, and we don't know yet how that's going, if things are going fine, but we will see. We'll see. Other programs during COVID-19. Women Craft Power was a very interesting program about women empowerment, and very successful so far. Here is from a visit from former US General Consul of Thessaloniki. Visit from US Mission in Greece and briefing. And a few recognitions. Here you can see awards from first LEGO League in Xanthi we run in partnership with Eduact last 4 years. A very special moment here. The former president of the Hellenic Republic called us Eduact and all the partners who run the first LEGO League regionally and congratulate about the values we promote and the organization. And here I would like to thank my partners of Eduact and Kostas Vasiliou, which is the president of Eduact, for this opportunity. In 2018, we had a recognition in startup awards in the field of structures, initiative, and public institutions and universities. 2019 in Bravo Sustainable Awards, we awarded for our initiative to promote partnership and youth, empower the youth community in Xanthi. A few statistics. And, sorry. And I believe this was, yeah, a short presentation. I'm trying to stop sharing. Okay, I will find it.
Sorry?
I'm trying to find stop sharing. No, I find stop sharing, but
you find it on the bottom
of
your
yeah,
Zoom
yeah.
window.
Okay.
Perfect. Nice. Thank you very much,
Great.
Dimitris.
You're
welcome. It was really nice seeing you. Now the third guest is going to be in the meeting because he had a lot. He was really busy this morning. He's going to be here in like 5 minutes, 10 max. So we can try and start the Q&A now about the 2 previous speakers. So if you have any questions about what they shared to you, you can raise your hand maybe to talk in with the mic, or just ask in the chat room as well. You can find the chat room on the bottom if you press the chat icon. So feel free to make any questions.
I'm gonna break the ice because I cannot. I am very, very curious to learn more about Eduact's projects that they develop together with libraries, because I know you guys do that, and I know that you do it well. So maybe this is something that you can tell us a little bit about, Krisa, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. Every month we're receiving new letter from American American embassy. It's about American spaces. Also, Xanthi Tech Lab receiving these topics, and we discuss about our activities during the month. And then we start to discuss and talk about the topics that are relatable to our actions. Also, they provide us with some video or some resources from articles, and we are able also to add our ideas and our videos in order to engage our public, in order to do some online games, in order to have our kids on the screen, actually, and not just hearing. So each month we select some ideas, and then we discuss about it as a day. For example, on Mondays at 3 to 4 o'clock, we discuss about Braille language. Or another topic is about, on this month, is about the importance in robotics in education. Again, I know that we have the same topics several months before, but it's our lead, it's our goal here. So this is the things that we do in the library, in the section of the libraries, and we hope in our when we come back in our office and we are able to have some visitors, to do it in person, because I think that we all understand that it's more good for everyone and for our sociology also.
I will jump in the conversation also, and I know that Dimitris and we have our good colleagues from the area also, the Tech Lab, and Yorgos and Aspasia, and they're doing a great job because their premises are inside libraries. So maybe they could share some stuff on how they're doing this thing, because it's something so much innovative, having 3D printers and also books and combining all these activities. So if you want, you can share a few things. Dimitris, Yorgos, or Aspasia, I see you here. So.
May I?
Sure.
Okay. So, you know, a very important thing that we had to manage it, that the equipment, as you mentioned, Antonia, for example, 3D printers were and is very important in order to attract school students and university students. The library of Veria as well have 3D printers, which is very important for their workshops. So when we first had our printers here, I can remember how many classes from schools, from elementary schools or high schools, we had as visitors to see for first time something like that in the area. And now, almost 5-6 years after that, everyone have a 3D printer individually and in the university. So I believe we did something small and innovative. We give them the skills, the idea and the philosophy. So that was a very productive start for the community. And I believe our library and Xanthi Tech Lab provided that.
Nice, thank you very much, Dimitris. Now, Christian is in as well, the final speaker. So, Christian, can you hear us?
Yes.
Perfect. So, as I said, Christian is representing the United Societies of Balkans, an organization that is trying to create a better social environment in the Balkan and Eastern European region. So, if you're ready, Christian, you can start as well.
Yes, I'm sorry, first of all, for being that late. And I don't know how I missed the previous speaker. So how much time do I have? And
You have enough time. Don't worry about it.
okay, should I? I can also put my video, so at least. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
I can go without presentation. So I would just talk a bit about the organization, or if you want, I can also share the screen. I don't know how much time do we have.
We have enough time, but you can do it however you prefer.
Okay, I will just talk, then if there are questions, we can talk further. Yeah, USB, my organization, the organization for which I work, it's 12 years active. We are based in Thessaloniki. This is our main place, but there are also a couple of branches in Bulgaria, and we are looking also at opening collaborations with other organizations under our umbrella. But yes, our main activities are in Thessaloniki. Connected to the topic of this Zoom Café, we have a media lab in Thessaloniki that is called Balkan Hotspot, that is actually open to every young person that wants to collaborate. It is a journalistic project. We give space and support to young people that want to use media to support social initiatives and in Thessaloniki, but not only. And it's basically also a free space of expression for young people through journalism, video making, radio, and anything connected to media. What we do also, we are very active in the supporting people in no formal education activities through youth exchanges training course, but also volunteering. In Thessaloniki, we have a network of 12 organizations in which also Eduact is part. It's an informal network, let's say, that it's implementing volunteering programs for young people in Thessaloniki on a wide range of topics. So Balkan Hotspot is, for example, our project, United Society of Balkans. Then there are volunteers that through the European Solidarity Corps program support other organizations like Eduact. We have also other organizations active in the art field or in educational field, environmental organizations, and much more. This is a bit shortly what we are doing and let's say our expertise regarding to European projects, especially my field is the European Solidarity Corps, and yeah, no formal education for young people. I don't know if that's enough or if it was too fast.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all right. It's very nice. So if the speakers don't have to like add anything else, we can move on to the Q&A. Maybe, if you agree, Anka. Yes.
Yes, I think it's a good idea just to you know to start a conversation as if we had a Greek coffee together, because we are. But it's just geography and distance that separates us. It's so wonderful to see so much technology, you know, and so much technology embedded with community development is something that I really love. And I can see that your speakers are so well chosen and so representative when it comes to this effort of putting the organizations together and efforts and resources together, so that we move our societies further and contribute a little bit to making a better world. So I invite all people in the room. You are so shy, so please don't be shy. This is the moment to discuss. We are among friends. So any questions you have, please write them in the chat if you're not comfortable opening your camera, or you can just open your camera and microphone and then use it, you know, and ask your question. Just to start this, I had a question related to the previous speakers, and I actually wanted to ask Dimitris if this type of concept, a space that's a wonderful maker space functioning in the library, is something that's typical for Greece. Is this typical for a Greek American corner? Or is this something Xanti's, you know, did as an exception to what you usually do?
Okay, thank you for your question. It's a part of American Corners network. As I mentioned in my presentation, we are 5 American Corners in Greece. So we have the same philosophy, the same focus to provide STEM skills in communities and make a difference. So I believe there are similar hubs, but with different activities. But concerning our network, more or less we are the same. We have the same purpose and same philosophy.
Yes, I am familiar, and many of the colleagues probably here in the room are familiar with American Corners, because this is something that happened in this area of the world. It's just that I was so surprised to see so much technology in your American Corners, and I would so much love to see this in the 9 American Corners that we have in Romania and in the others too. And I also really appreciate this way of doing it to a complete you know, symbiosis between the library and an NGO that operates the spot and makes it better and better. So I think that this is a wonderful practice that we would really want to include in our best practice collection that we are developing. So this is the start of a separate discussion. So please, we have a question from Miguel. Hi, Miguel. Nice to hear from you again. Miguel, if I'm not wrong, is from Philippines. If I'm wrong, please say so. The libraries in Greece are successful in their day-to-day activities. Oh, that's such a. I think that this is such a difficult question. Probably the answer depends on who takes the question. So. But Kyriakos, maybe you can direct us to the best, you know, to the person that can answer the most objectively.
I think this goes to maybe Dimitris again. If not, George can join us as well. But yeah, I think Dimitris, can you do this one as well, please?
Why not? Okay, I believe that it's successful so far, and generally there are libraries. I mean, as libraries with very specific audience and purpose, which are innovative and successful. However, the libraries, municipal and public libraries, which have American space, have, let's say, more valuable because their target audience is different. So I believe that, yes, there are successful examples in Greece. And for example, there is a library in Greece, in Kalabaka, I think, who haven't got American space. However, its activities are innovative and very interesting. So it matters the philosophy that each library have in this.
Perfect, thank you very much. I see another question from Olympia. She's asking if we can say how do libraries or NGOs maybe find the beneficiaries for the activities that they do. So maybe to let Dimitris rest for a bit, we can go to Krista or Christian for them to answer.
Regarding us, there are different channels, let's say, where we can find beneficiaries. That mostly for us is youth for all our programs. Of course, we use a lot communication tools. As I said, our main activity is using media and communication to try to promote social initiatives and activities made by our NGO and our partners. So we use a lot of also online tools and of course all the social media, video making, everything that, especially because our main target group is youth. So it's easier that they are using these channels. We also organize some, I mean, at least we used to do before COVID, but we also organize some info days. So some open days where people can come to the office, meet us, meet our volunteers, see our activities, make questions, and see how we can support them. And the third thing that is very important, and this event is also very good for that, is networking, because I believe not each organization, each institution has not the potential to reach all potential target group and potential beneficiaries they have. So it's very important to have networking. So if, for example, one of our activity is addressing a topic on which we don't have a big audience, but for example, Eduact has, it's very important that we have this strong relationship so we can collaborate and support each other to reach the right beneficiaries.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much, Christian.
And I will take Claudia's question because she seems to be very shy and she doesn't want to open her microphone. Relating to what Christian said about COVID, if you can please share with us some ways in which the topics you addressed with your communities before March 2020, if they were useful for the pandemic period. So did you use something from what you did before? Did you refurbish it? How did you deal with these kind of things? You know, topics that you had are the same now during COVID, or they changed? This is for which of the speakers or the guests or the participants wants to intervene. And of course, Kostas, you can just open your mic and your camera if you want to also be seen and just ask a question or say something, add to what has been said, and let's have just a real discussion with not so much formalism. Yes, my words are done. So Kostas, please don't be shy.
Okay, good morning from Greece then. I wasn't supposed to get in the conversation, but it goes very well. And there are so many things that come to my mind. First of all, I want to thank all the partners that we have done so excellent work so far. And for us as a non-profit organization on education, I agree with one of the speakers that said that sometimes it seems strange to have a library so well equipped with the technology. And for us, it was also a surprise when we started this collaboration. And I have to give the credits to the American Embassy and Vasilis Tsiboukis from Athens and all the partners from the embassy that they had that dream. The dream was to make a library up to date in a way, more live, more into society. And it's great that the dream and what they had in mind, it started, I think, a whole revolution all over the world. 2 years ago, I was honored enough to be in Vienna, and I was there at the library, I cannot remember the name, but it was the State Library in Vienna. And the technology there was absolutely amazing. And there were also many other libraries from different places of Europe, and like Germany and Romania, Bulgaria. And the trend was that they started to get technology and STEM in libraries. Of course, that doesn't mean that the books are out of the question, but it is exactly that you empower all the use of and the value of books and the value of the traditional library with adding some crisps of technology on top of that amazing cake. So what comes in my mind now is that, first of all, what we managed to do is collaborate. And every time that powers unite, then you have an atomic bomb. You have something so powerful that you cannot imagine when you were starting that collaboration. And I think that here in Greece and now with Romania and all the partnerships that we are creating, this is the outcome. That step by step you share power, and you get a lot of power more. Your idea of sharing our networks and sharing our audiences is also great, because for example, I've seen so great workshops happening in one library, and the audience sometimes is not so big. If we share the knowledge and if we share this event, then you have many beneficiaries from different places. And with not so much more or extra work, you have more beneficiaries. Another thing also is what Dimitri said about the equipment, and that the libraries are the so-called places of innovation. So when something starts in a library, then it's like opening a small fire in the society, and then it goes to different places. And I think all of your organizations are great examples of incidents like that. They have changed, and you should be proud of that, because you managed to change the tomorrow of the kids around your library or your area or the area that you are working with. And you have to be really proud of that. I would also like to have a question for you. And the question is, for everyone, this virus thing was, and the whole season was something that we couldn't expect. And every day is a new day. And let's hope that everyone stays safe and healthy. I would like to ask you, what are the things, what are the new trends, what are the new ideas that you are going to keep in your libraries after, when this is all gone? What is going to stay with you? Because many new ideas came up, many new everyday issues came up, and I think that some of them are useful. Which one are you going to use? That's my question. Thank you.
Really nice. Thank you very much, Kostas. So
So
would someone like
that's a nice question. That's a wonderful question. You know, what are you going to use? And that's, I think that the difficult part of the question is to only choose one. but I can see that, you know, maybe we can give the microphone to Ringa Eleftheria, because they wanted to share something about what they do, how they deal with kids and beneficiaries during COVID, and maybe they can also share, they can also start to answer the question that Costas thrown at us. So it's okay with you? Yes, are you ready? Just
yes.
Yay.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
We are from Greece and from Alexandroupolis. And I am Eleftheria.
And I am Tilemachos.
We are partners in the
life and work.
And the work, yes. Can we start? Are you listening to us? Okay. Because we have problem with the internet, and some things that you said, we lose it, but you write some others next to the chat, and it's okay. We read it and it's okay.
Okay, so we started a difficult time with the pandemic, when the pandemic crashed during February and March. And we thought a lot of things about how we could deal with it. The first one was a perfect idea from Eleftheria for telerobotics. So we had our students sending their scripts, especially for Lego Mindstorms robotics. And we ran it, and they show with the camera how the script went, so they could change the script and exercise and find better ways to do things, like avoiding an obstacle or going the robot in a certain point, or everything like that.
And we see that this is very helpful for all of the kids, because some kids that they wasn't so clever, they start to programming the robot and to speak each other with the others, to have the confidence that
they were forced to make a program and have it to, so they managed to have more confidence on that, and they were very helped with that. Another thing that we tried to do, we did it actually, was to make our game development using Unreal Engine program course internet-based, so the students could open their courses, do their work, send us their feedback, their project, so we can evaluate it and help them with some difficulties, or teach them how to avoid some mistakes or do it just better.
And also because we have made some games with the game development, and some of these they have already goes to NASA. We practice we put them together, and we practice with fun for games and for teamwork and collaboration to help them to have fun for all of this, and with another way. So we find this way very fabulous for the kids, and they like that they don't only have program, robot, innovation project, preparation of innovation project, questions, and they have all of this very, very, very fun. And
furthermore, when the first pandemic wave stopped about May 2020, we organized here in a municipality library a festival event for the FLL Explore
and for
teams,
the FLL Discover.
And for the Discover teams, and just perfect. It was a perfect place to organize it, and the teams loved it.
And after that, we have made an internet webinars with and summer camp webinar with a lot of
doctors,
yes,
entrepreneurs,
mechanics, of
NASA scientists. And they were open, and we streamed them in Facebook, so that every kid, wherever,
have the opportunity to see it and to listen in this, because it's once, and they have all the opportunity to learn, to listen, to understand some things, because we have a very difficult year, with the open of the school, close the school, open, close, and then all of this in psychology of the kids. It was very, very, very stressful. So we find this way to share with other kids everywhere, and has very, very happiness, yes.
Yeah.
Successful. It was very successful.
Yeah. And finally, during the third wave of the second actually wave of the pandemic right now, we try to keep our kids more connected, more
we give them
interested, with giving them our
Lego bricks,
yes.
And they make the mask of the robots, and they turn back into the school. And again, we tested if the robot goes very well, and again back every week, and every kid
had to do something. And while we were celebrating Christmas, we chose to give children some of our equipment and make their jewelries for the Christmas tree. So we we put them on our Christmas tree in our school, and they liked that when they were close and passing by.
And we've made them to think how we can bring the Santa Claus with a magical way, and to protect him, to give us the presents, but he must be healthy. And so we find a way that we are making with soap and water, and some plastic with big plastic of big water, and we do some
a big bubble.
So the big bubbles goes to Santa Claus and brings Santa Claus with very, very fantastic way, and no COVID goes to Santa Claus, even in each other or in our families.
Yeah, and finally we organized the game development tournament during the Christmas and play the games and keep them connected and interested and everything else.
That's ugly. We finished.
I have to tell you that I love you guys. I mean, your energy is wonderful. It's great. And I cannot believe that you actually do this by being married to one another, which is like even so to still be happy working together and living together is in its way a big accomplishment. So I take the moment now because I don't want to forget, because this is such a wonderful and energetic moment to tell you that still we have today, we have a second event, online event, 90 minutes. Kyriakos is going to be the host again for that event, and he's actually going to teach us all about how to use technology to improve our work, which I think is a very good theme for a workshop, especially in these troubling times. So if you didn't register just yet for the webinar, please do so now. We will send the access information after this event is done. So there's also going to be there a platform to learn and to share about how to deal with how to better do work with communities by using technology. And please don't forget to tell us, what do you take from this strange period? Let's not call it horrible, but it's a strange period. What do you take from that and bring it with your work farther in the future? Because, and I will share with you what I realized. I am a librarian working in the NGO, but still in love with libraries, and especially public libraries in general. And for me, it was just a huge mind blow to see that in these conditions that we had with people in lockdown and people with restrictions and with online school and online working and things like that, the libraries actually, and that I know that it's not only true about the libraries, but I thought about the libraries, they had no more geographical boundaries. So a library offering or an NGO offering a set of robust, useful services or products online went beyond the typical community that was a geographical community that was that had this mindset of financial contributions to the budget and then to the institution and things like that. So everything like this was like, there was no more boundaries, there was no more geographical boundaries. So you had access as a library or as an organization to a huge area, a huge geographical area, which would have not, that wouldn't look at you if the pandemic didn't put them in online or something like this. And related to that, I want to also invite Claudia, because this is what we do. I have to push her and she pushes me. This is our dynamic. We are also somehow in a very strange work-love relationship. With love in a friendship way. So I want to also to invite her to talk just a little bit about the science fairs that we organize for libraries, for kids, together with libraries in Romania, which was a huge effort of and a huge success, I think, from the librarians in Romania, and the kids were. I will just let Claudia talk about it, but this is probably a good example of a type of risk that we wouldn't have had, we wouldn't have tried if the pandemic wasn't online science fair for kids in rural areas. So, Claudia, do you want to say a few words?
Yes, thank you, Anca. Congratulations to everyone for your important work. As we at Progress Foundation are doing education with technology for kids, mostly from rural area, we really appreciate hearing all these wonderful examples coming from you, and the diversity of approaches that you take. Really rich. Thank you. For us, the COVID kind of forced us to go back to why are we doing what we're doing. And one aspect of our work that I think you all experience is the importance of continual effort on our part and also on the part of the kids. just having one day hackathon, for example, it's not going to move the kids into learners in the STEM environment. So we used to do science fairs where where children will bring their projects and show them to their peers, to some guests that we would bring there to encourage kids. And we saw that this was very helpful for them, for their confidence, as you talked earlier. So we didn't want to give that up. Now that the pandemic was here and the kids were isolated and we could not actually meet with them. So we went on to do this online, and we organized 8 regional science fairs. The work on the project for the kids was much more difficult, but they nevertheless did it. Having the support of the libraries, our partner libraries in the project, this was actually as rich as face-to-face experience. And then from the best projects on the regional science fairs, we did a national fair. It was the first time when we did a national fair, and we did it online. And this was also a huge success. We had some big names joining and supporting the kids, and the kids got the feedback, and we got prizes and everything. But I think the most important part was showing the kids that even in the most difficult times, we stand by them, and they showing us and them showing us to us that they can very well learn even in the most difficult period of time. So I think we are all on the very good path here. It's just a matter of convincing the financing bodies that technology is something that can really redefine the future of the children, and for us to have the energy to keep this going in the next year or so until we come back to a normality that allows us to breathe. So thank you for the very inspiring examples, our dear colleagues from Greece.